Hi there. So this is just going to be a quick little video going through just like a this is like, you've never even picked up the guitar before, but you just want to strum something that sounds cool. Well, this is awesome for you. We're just going to go through, it's just two easy chords, and this will just kind of get you strumming and, get you kind of pumped up that like, yo, I can play something on the guitar, and then hopefully encourage you to, learn more chords or learn more, more stuff about the guitar. So we're going to start off with just our two chords. Now what a chord is it's just a group of notes that we're all playing at once, right? We're not playing this stuff like, we're not playing individual notes coming at you one at a time. We're playing a bunch of notes all at once. That's what a chord is. So what our first chord is going to be an E minor chord. Don't worry about what that means. Just it's an E minor. So how we're going to play that is we're going to put our middle finger here, and we want to get right on the tips of our fingers there. We don't want to kind of have it, we want to have it right at the tip of the finger and get some meat behind it there. And then you're going to push down on the second fret of the, so these are frets, that's what we call these, frets. And then our strings. So how I usually refer to them is this low one right here, I refer to that as the sixth string, and then moving up, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's how I refer to them. So frets are these sort of things right here, moving up and down, and then our strings are actually like, our strings. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our middle finger right here, we're going to push it down on the second fret of the fifth string. So it's going to sound this guy right here. And we don't want to have our finger all flattened out and stuff. We want it the way that I think of it, it's kind of like a spider. It's kind of, spiders, their legs are never like, flattened out like that. They're always like this. So, and then I kind of think of that the spider's got little boxing gloves on the tips of his fingers. So he can punch. So the spider with the boxing gloves, whatever, it's a weird image, but that's the way I think about it. And then you push down with the tips of your fingers. And you want to push down until you get that sound. If you don't push down hard enough, you're going to get that sort of sound. You want it to be nice and clear, nice and clean. And then what you're going to do is with this, your ring finger, you're going to also push that guy down. Spider, same thing. You don't want it all flattened out and stuff. You want that guy to push down on the second fret of the fourth string. So that's your second fret of the fifth string. That's second fret of the fourth string. And you don't want those guys to be touching anything else, because if not, it's going to muffle out other strings. You just want them playing those two notes, and you play around a little bit. I wouldn't hold my guitar. I have some students that hold their guitar like this. They kind of, if you can see it there, they're kind of holding their guitar like this, with their thumb kind of pushed against it to kind of give some leverage. With these, I don't think you need to do that. I think you can just kind of hold it nice and natural like that with your hand. So it just kind of feels, your bass doesn't need, your thumb doesn't need, you can just have your thumb out like this or whatever. But I think that's what's going to feel most comfortable, okay? And you're not holding your guitar like this or anything like that. You've got it just like this. So that's good. So then what you're going to do, once you've got, you can play around. You can kind of just pick it with your fingers here. Make sure all the notes are sounding nice and clean, nice and clear. Nothing's getting muffled up by anything. And once you're able to do that, I would just do downstrokes for now, just for this song. And to do that, you don't want to use your thumb, because if you start using your thumb, you're going to start getting blisters here on the side of your thumb, and it's going to hurt. What you want to do for down, when you stroke down on the guitar, if you don't have a pick, right? If you have a pick, you could just use a pick and kind of strum down. But if you don't, use the nails of your fingers right here. Use that. And no need to like use the arm like this. You could just use the wrist. Or the wrist and the hands, the fingers themselves. Don't keep the fingers all stiff and robotronic there, and the wrist too, and just using the arm like this, right? You can keep the arm pretty steady and use the wrist and the fingers. Literally move the fingers to do it. That's going to be the easiest. That's going to be the least amount of work. And use your wrist too. You can use your wrist. No need to even move your arm really up and down that much. So that's your E minor chord. The next chord we're going to do is an A suspended 2 chord. What does that mean? Don't worry about it. Not important. For now, we're just wanting to kind of play something that sounds cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that same these two fingers here, we only need to use these two fingers, and we're going to move them to different strings. They're going to stay on the same frets though. They're still going to stay on the second fret, but now our middle finger here is going to move down to the second fret of the 4th string. Yep, and then the ring finger is going to go on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. So it's going to sound like this is where our ring finger, or sorry, our middle finger is. It's on that note, and then our ring finger is on that note. And when we strum this chord, we actually don't want to hit that 6th string, that low 6th string. We want to only try and hit the five strings. We don't want to hit that low 6th string. On that E minor chord, yeah, we can hit all 6, but on this one, we really only want to try and hit 5 of those strings. And I would suggest just playing something like this, something nice and easy. So if we were to start on that E minor chord, maybe just do 4 strums down and then switch, and nice and slow, right? You can go something like this. So if we were to start like 1, 2, so we're starting on our E minor chord, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we can switch that A suspended 2, which is the same thing. We just move it down there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And remember, nothing's blocking anything out. The spider with the boxing gloves, right? Nothing's blocking anything else out. We don't have any of those sounding notes. We're pushing down hard enough so it doesn't sound like this or anything like that. Nice and clean. 3, 4. Back to E minor. A suspended 2. And just going back and forth between that. Nice and, nothing crazy going on. And this is just something that you can just kind of do, just to have something to strum on at the, just something really easy that you can strum. And so it sounds, you feel like, hey, you know a little something on the guitar. You know more than you knew when you, I guess, probably started watching this video. You can actually play 2 chords on the guitar and do a little strum thing. And that's awesome. That's way better than what you were doing right before, right? So good job. And hopefully this kind of encourages you to maybe watch some of my other videos, or, just pick it up yourself and just, start doing research on your own or whatnot. And hopefully that sort of leads you to really looking at everything that the guitar has to offer for you. So I think I'll leave it there for today. And for now, just those 2 chords, switching between those 2. It's more than you knew yesterday. Alrighty. Okay, well, I think we'll leave it at that. Take care, everyone. Bye.